what's your name?
I'm Josh.
Josh, how old are you?
I'm 28.
28. All right. So what brings you in today?
So I actually hurt my left knee the other day. I was playing basketball.
Can you point to where you're having pain?
Kind of like right here. And it's even like kind of grading to the core area
Okay.
in the middle.
So is this where it looks like you might have your pain?
That looks about right.
Yeah? Okay. And can you describe that pain for me?
How do you want me to describe it?
Is it achy, dull, sharp?
I would say it's like kind of dull and achy.
Okay. And when it's at its best, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the worst pain ever, how is it?
At best, it's like a 3, maybe, out of 10.
And how about at its worst?
Probably like a 6, I would say.
6 out of 10? And how long ago did this happen?
So I was playing about 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago?
And we were playing, I shot the ball, took a jump shot, I was in the air, and it landed, and my knee kind of twisted.
Okay.
Then it started hurting really, really bad immediately.
And that really, really bad pain immediately you said was a 6 out of 10?
Yeah, it's kind of, it was probably a little bit worse at that point, but right now it's like worse at times 6 out of 10.
Okay, and how has your pain changed since the initial injury 2 weeks ago? Has it gotten better? Is it the same? Is it worse?
Kind of like I'm saying, at best it's 3 out of 10, worst it's 6 out of 10.
Okay. And so what types of activities aggravate your knee or your symptoms?
Pretty much just walking or pretty much anything when I stand up.
Prolonged standing or just immediately when you stand?
I'm just any kind of weight bearing, but every time I take a step it gets achy. So pretty much the more I walk, the more it starts to get sore.
How long does it take for you? How many steps until it starts getting sore?
I don't know about steps, but I still try to like walk around, and after about 10 minutes, it gets to like 4 out of 10. And if I keep going, it probably gets to the max.
Okay. And then what types of things do you do to help ease your symptoms?
I mean, I try to like rest it and ice it, but the best it'll get is to about 3 out of 10. That's about it.
Okay, and have you noticed if it's the best in the day or in the morning, maybe, or at night?
Definitely best in the day. Or in the morning. It's kind of, obviously it's never like a 0 out of 10, but it's like sore in the morning. Starts out at about 3. And the more I walk on it, the worse it is.
And how is your pain at night?
My leg hurts when I move, and I don't sleep very well because of it.
How many times does it wake you up? Or does it wake you up?
Like, probably like 1 to 3 times a night I wake up.
And is this keeping you from doing your job right now?
Right now I'm just a grad student, so all I'm doing is really studying, so I don't have to do that much, but I do like to play a lot of basketball when I got hurt, and I'm pretty active, so I have a gym membership.
You want your
Exercise.
And what's your living situation like? Do you live with somebody? Do you have a roommate?
I have friends I live with.
Okay, and so they'd be able to help you out if you needed any physical therapy stuff?
I think they're my good friends.
Okay. And do you have a lot of stairs at home that you have to go up and down, or maybe a driveway that you have to go up?
I don't think so.
No? Okay. So have you ever had any injuries related to this in your past?
So I broke my fibula like a long time ago. That was like 8 years ago.
anybody for that?
I'm assuming so.
Okay. And so, do you still have symptoms? Or, so it's resolved? Okay. What about any other health issues in the past?
I've been diagnosed with, I have meds for asthma.
Okay, so you have some respiratory problems. And are you taking an inhaler for that?
But I don't really take what I need.
Okay. So I'm just going to ask you some basic questions about your general health. Have you ever had any problems with your heart?
I don't think so, no. Pretty healthy young guy.
Okay. What about with your stomach or intestines?
No, my stomach feels pretty good.
Do you ever have pain with urination?
Hope not.
No? Do you have problems with depression or anxiety?
I've been diagnosed with depression before. Kind of had a history of it.
Okay. And what do you drink for that?
I don't think I do.
Have you ever been diagnosed with diabetes?
No, I haven't. No.
Do you have any troubles remembering things?
No, my memory's pretty good. Being a grad student.
That's good. Do you have any problems with your skin? Unusual moles or rashes?
So I have this weird mole on my arm. I noticed it's been getting kind of like weird looking, kind of changing.
Okay. Have you ever had that checked out?
Have not. Think I should?
Yes, I'll take a look at it in a little while here. Okay. So have you had any tests done for your knee? Or have you seen anybody for it yet?
I don't think I've seen it yet.
Are you taking any steroids?
Nope. This is all me.
Are you taking any anticoagulants, blood thinners? Okay. Have you experienced any unexplained weight loss lately? Okay. Have you recently had to have a bone scan done?
Nope.
Okay, so you did have an x-ray. Well, yeah, it's broken, so you have an x-ray, okay. Okay, and so with physical therapy, what are your goals? What would you like to get back to doing?
Well, my knee feels kind of unstable, so I'd like to get back to working out because I like to lift and I like to do elliptical and stuff. So I want to get back to doing that without my knee feeling unstable.
Okay. You'd like to get back to the gym. How about play basketball? Basketball. Okay, cool. So I think that's, well, actually I'm going to ask you one more thing. Do you smoke and drink on the weekends or ever?
No, I'm a good student.
You're good?
All I do is study.
Good. Okay, so now I'm just going to take a minute to review your information, and I'll be right back.
You're at 9 minutes. So now you have a few minutes to continue documenting and come up with your hypothesis and write it down. And then 3 test measures you would do to confirm your hypothesis, okay? Okay.
So just keep going. I started it like this though, and then turned it because they weren't fitting. So then it's gonna be awkward. Okay, scribble.
Do I have to be specific? Like, okay.
What muscle?
Okay.
Already done? Okay, so you have the 3 measures that you would do. You have your hypothesis. Excellent. You're at 10.5 minutes. You're going to do your postural examination next. Verbally report your findings as you go. And then afterwards, you're going to find one test or measure you would do based on the postural assessment. Okay?
Okay, Josh, can you take your socks off for me? And are you feeling unstable right now? Or how do you feel standing there?
Okay.
You're okay? Okay, just let me know. I'm going to keep this chair here. If you need to sit down at any time, you can. Okay? So just relax. Okay, so it looks like his left foot is slightly pointed outward. His left toe looks maybe a little hallux valgus. His knees are pointing towards me. He looks like he has a normal valgus. Can you go ahead and just relax your hands to your side? His ACES looks even. Same with his iliac crest. His left shoulder looks a little higher than his right. Just go ahead and look straight up for me. Ears are level, eyes are level. Good. Okay, go ahead and face the wall for me. How are you feeling? Still okay?
I'm okay.
Okay. His arch looks normal on his left side. Doesn't look like he's hyperextending. Can you extend your knee any more for me? Okay. Can you just hold this shirt up for me first? Okay. So his pelvic tilt doesn't look too anterior or posterior. It looks just the slight anterior, which is normal. Okay, go ahead and relax. Looking from this plane, it looks like his left side is it's coming out a little more. I can see it a little more prominent. Okay, go ahead and turn around for me. Sorry, towards the wall? Yeah. So his calcaneus looks pretty straight. He has a slight toe out, which is normal. His popliteal folds look even. Gluteal lines are the even. From this view, his iliac crests are still even. His left side looks a little higher. Okay, and turn towards the door. Yeah, you can take it. His shoulders look okay. Not too forward. Can you turn and face me? Okay. Yeah, again, it just, now with his shirt off, it's even easier to see. You can see his left is higher than his right. Higher? His left shoulder is higher than his right. Okay. So based off of my postural assessment, I might want to test the tightness of his left elevators, shoulder elevators, by passively depressing. So for instance, maybe his traps, I'd want to put it on stretch.
Just for extra, is there anything in the lower quarter that relates to his diagnosis that you would want to assess? Is there anything
One
you
over
found?
lumbar, does that count?
What's that?
We just went over lumbar.
Yeah.
We can do lumbar.
If it relates to the pathology, I'm just trying to spur you since you have the time.
Okay. I did say he had a little bit of hallux valgus, so I maybe want to test abduction, just to see if that he has enough range for that.
Think so?
Okay. And then we're going to do your functional assessment and your functional examination, and you're going to verbally report your findings as you go. I want to make sure you report one test or measure you would base off the functional assessment. So whenever you're ready for that, you're about 17 minutes, so you've got some time.
Okay.
So what's your functional exam?
I'd like to see him step up and step down. Okay, Josh, so again, let me know if you've experienced any instability with this. If you feel like you can't do it, just don't do it, okay? So I would like you to step up with your left leg for me, and then you're gonna step down with, actually just step up with your left leg for me. Okay, and step down with your right. Okay, can you go ahead and do that again for me, please? And slowly step down with your right. And one more time, please. And down with your right. Okay, thank you. So based off of this, I saw his heel pop up before he got to the ground, so I might want to test his dorsiflexors to see if they're too tight. So his plantar flexors to see if they're too tight. So I would want to put him into passive range of motion dorsiflexion to see if he's getting enough.
Here are your three. Sorry. You're about 19 minutes. So you still got 12 minutes to do these three screens.
Okay, so I would like to take a look at your mole. So can you show it to me? Okay, so the mole on his left arm, the color looks normal. The alignment looks okay. It's not abnormal. There's no abnormal shapes. Borders again are clear and concise. They're not rigid. Has this changed recently? Has it gotten bigger?
No.
No, it's the same. Okay, so I would say that that mole is clear.
And just because you have the time, would you just look at that one mole? Or would you consider another, like what are you screening?
He mentioned that he had an abnormal mole on his left hand, so, or left arm, so I wanted to look at that, but it would probably be best if I looked the whole, like the whole arm. Maybe ask him to take his shirt off and look at anything on his back or his front.
Do you want her to do that still?
Do you want me to do
You said it.
that? Okay.
Actually, this one you're documenting, so yeah, if you don't mind. Because this is part of your documentation of your 3 test measures.
Okay. Can you turn to your side for me? Either one. Okay, I'm not seeing any abnormal ones. Go ahead and face for me. These all look the same to be normal. Can you turn towards your left? Okay, now face me. You can relax your arms. So it looks like he has a few moles, but they don't look abnormal. Okay.
All right, let's go ahead and do your next test.
Okay.
You're at 21 minutes, so you've got time. And just document what you found.
Okay. Okay, Josh, you can go ahead and put your shirt back on.
You need this one?
Yeah, it's knee extension.
Wrong.
Okay. So, Josh, if you can go ahead and lie down on the table for me with your head on the pillow facing up. Or on your back. There you go. Okay, so you can go ahead and relax this knee. Okay, and go ahead and relax this one too. So can you flex your quad for me? There you go. Any pain with that? No? Okay. Okay, let me know if you have any pain at all with this. And so my axis is going to be on the lateral femoral condyle. My stationary arm is going to be in line with his greater trochanter. And my moving arm is going to be in line with his lateral malleolus. So right now I'm just feeling for the greater trochanter. Go ahead and relax for me. Thank you. I'm going to stabilize here and move up this way. Go ahead and relax for me. Roll. Any pain with this? Actually, go ahead and relax. I'm going to elevate his ankle up so that I can take the measurement. Okay, go ahead and relax for a minute. Relax.
That's true. You just like turning around. Okay, so go ahead and walk through and take a few laps. Is that a comfortable pace? And if you have pain, let me know.
What were you finding?
So I found that he was in 3 degrees of knee extension. There's no pain reproduction, and it felt like a pretty abrupt end feel.
What else about the passive motion would you note, besides the quantity and feeling?
There was no pain reproduction. Okay, so next, Josh, I would like you to sit up at the end of the table for me, just right here. just gonna go ahead and remove this too.
You still have 4 minutes to do this measurement.
Okay. You okay up there? So I'm measuring for external rotation. So my axis is going to be in line with the patella. My stationary arm is going to be vertical or perpendicular to the floor, and my moving arm is going to move with the midline of the leg. Let me know if you feel any pain with this at all. Go ahead and relax for me. Any pain with this?
Okay. So take a seat. I want your blood pressure maybe elevated now after I got you walking, but let's just do it anyways to make sure you're still within.
So I've got about 46 degrees of external rotation, which is normal. 45 is normal. It felt like a muscular end feel. It had some give at the end. And there was no pain reproduction.
What was the quality of the movement?
It was 46 degrees.
So that's the number. That's the quantity. The quality would be the.
Oh, it was smooth. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Anything else you need? Did you document your screen that you did, your integumentary?
Yeah, but do I need to? Yes, I should. So it was a mole on his left arm that I was specifically looking at.
Just because of the patient report. Go ahead and get ready. You're going to be the PT next. So get your stuff together.
Mole on left arm.
You can stop recording.
Okay.